Ever wonder what happens to your body when you don't sleep for 24 hours straight? Your reaction time slows down by over 300%. Your brain starts forcing tiny micro-sleeps on you without asking your permission. And by hour 24, your body is basically begging you to stop. Let's break down exactly what happens, hour by hour. And by the time we get to hour 24, you'll understand why an all-nighter for an exam, a flight, or a Netflix binge is doing a lot more damage than just making you tired the next day. Hour 0. You feel fine, maybe even a little too confident. It's the same false confidence as telling yourself you'll watch just one more episode. You already know exactly how that ends. At this stage, your body is still running on your last full sleep cycle. The sleep debt hasn't caught up yet. There's a chemical called adenosine quietly piling up in your brain the longer you stay awake. Think of it like sand slowly filling an hourglass. Right now, there's barely any in there, so you still feel mostly normal. This is also the stage where people convince themselves coffee is basically a cheat code. Small problem. Coffee doesn't actually remove tiredness, it just blocks the signal telling you that you're tired. The exhaustion is still there, it's just been put on Do Not Disturb. By hour 12, your body starts pumping out extra cortisol just to keep you upright. It's essentially your system hitting the emergency backup generator, borrowing energy it doesn't really have, betting it can pay the debt back later. Mood swings, irritability, and small careless mistakes start increasing around this point. Reaction time and memory start slipping, even though most people don't notice it happening to themselves. This is peak sends a text that makes total sense to you and absolutely no sense to anyone else hour. But hour 16 is where it gets genuinely alarming, because that's the point where your reaction time has already slowed down by close to 50%. And around hour 17 to 18, studies show reaction time can slow by up to 300% compared to a well-rested baseline. Decision-making and short-term memory take a measurable hit, and people become far more likely to make careless errors without realizing it. Your brain starts trying to protect itself by forcing microsleeps, brief, involuntary lapses lasting a few seconds, where you can technically have your eyes open and still not be processing what's in front of you, and that's the unsettling part. Nothing feels broken, you just feel a bit tired. But underneath that, your brain is already slipping up in ways it normally wouldn't. Slower processing, more typos, more of those, wait, what was I doing moments. Okay, hour 20, this is where it stops being funny and starts being genuinely wild. Microsleeps become more frequent and harder to fight off. Your brain is now actively trying to shut down against your will. There's a system in your brain called the glymphatic system, basically its waste removal process, which is normally active during deep sleep. Right now, it's falling massively behind schedule, letting metabolic waste products build up. Some people even start experiencing mild visual glitches or perception shifts as the brain becomes increasingly desperate for rest. By hour 24, your brain is basically a browser with 47 tabs open, and none of them are loading properly. And here's the part that should actually concern you. 24 hours awake isn't some rare, extreme thing. Night shift workers, new parents, students during finals week, people pulling all-nighters before a flight. A lot of people hit this exact state fairly regularly. And a lot of them then get behind the wheel of a car. With reaction times slowed this dramatically and microsleeps kicking in involuntarily, drowsy driving carries a real, well-documented crash risk. So next time you're tempted to pull an all-nighter for a deadline, a flight, or just one more episode, remember, your brain isn't just a bit tired. It's actively trying to shut itself down, whether you let it or not. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to Sketchheads so you don't miss what's coming next. And let me know in the comments, what's the longest you've ever gone without sleep?